just have you start by saying and spelling your name, please.
Sure. I'm Amber Sadowski, Amber. Sadowski is Sadowski.
Perfect. So then I'll just have you start. Why are you running for this seat?
Yeah, so thank you for that question. I'm running for another term to the Duluth School Board because basically working with and for youth has been the focus of my entire career, and it's really been an honor of a lifetime. For almost 20 years, I've called Duluth my home, and both of my children have attended Duluth Public Schools. I currently have a junior at East. In my day job, I serve as the executive director of a nonprofit that works with 800 youth a year, a majority of whom have experienced homelessness and poverty. And these combined experiences really give me a deep understanding of the complex challenges that our students face, and the importance of making sure that we keep students at the center of every decision as a school board. I'm also running because in these very uncertain times, we need experienced, effective, and collaborative leadership more than ever. I'm really proud of how our current board operates. We debate respectfully, we think critically, we ask tough questions, and we really keep kids at the center of every decision that we make. And that's what strong governance looks like, and that's what our community deserves. So, those are a few of the reasons why I'm running for school board.
So then what do you believe are the biggest challenges facing the district and how do you plan to address them?
Great, thank you. Yeah, our district continues to face, financial challenges, workforce shortages. There's quite a few positions that are just hard to hire for, and also growing student needs, especially around mental health and equity. So I'll continue to try to provide steady, collaborative leadership that keeps students in equity kind of at the front of every decision that we make. I will advocate for fair, stable state funding to ensure that our budgets can reflect our priorities and our values. I think over the last 4 years, I've gained some experience with lobbying, and I really would like to be able to utilize some of those skills that I've built over the next 4 years, along with my colleagues. And I would also say that over the last 4 years, our credit score rating, our Moody's rating has increased a couple times. We have an A3 rating, and our graduation rates are on the rise, and they're moving in the right direction for all student groups. So I'm running again in part to keep that momentum going. I'm very excited, and I also know that there's a lot of work to do. There are a lot of gaps, but I'm really happy with the progress that we've made, and I want to continue to do that work.
Perfect. So then you touched on it a little bit, but if you could tell me your thoughts on budgeting and resource allocation within the school's district, do you see opportunities for improvement or reallocation of the funds?
Yeah, I'm really proud of the work that we did this last year, especially in the face of millions of dollars of cuts to maintain a balanced budget and a healthy reserve, even in the face of our ESSER funds dropping off. That was the COVID relief dollars. But that was something that we planned for strategically over the last 3 years. As chair of the HR Business Services Committee, I really take seriously our responsibility to approve and monitor our district's finances. Cutting millions of dollars is never easy, but our whole board, we really engaged in a thoughtful, transparent discussion, and we sought stakeholder feedback, including our students and our parents. We had a guiding change document that we used to keep cuts away from the classroom. We tried to focus on administrative cuts, improving efficiencies, and really over the last 3 years, really looking at our legacy practices and putting our money in what seems to be working, where the data is showing that it's working. And if it's not working, let's not put our money there then. We also tried to make sure that cuts were equitable across schools and student groups. So if reelected, I'll continue to keep students at the center of every decision, and make sure that we're continuing to engage our stakeholders and be transparent. Everything that we have passed has come through our HR Business Services Committee. It's on YouTube, and then we talk about it at our school board meeting as well.
Great. So then how would you work to make sure every student has an opportunity for a good education regardless of background?
Yeah, I really appreciate this question because my work in my professional life, working with youth experiencing in poverty and homelessness, really has given me firsthand insight into our district's strengths and our areas for growth as well. Like I said, I'm committed to centering every decision around students and equity, and using data to identify gaps and guide our improvements, which is why I think that we have seen improvements. We must continue to invest in mental health supports and culturally responsive teaching. I really appreciate that our current administration values community partnerships, and truly listening to students, families, and staff are really key. We all need to be a part of this together. Like you said, I'm really proud of the graduation rates that they're up across all demographics, but I do know there's more work to do, and that's kind of what is driving me to keep serving.
Great. And then last main question, there's been a push in some district and parts of the country to ban certain books from schools. Is that something you oppose or support here? And if so, what kind of books?
No, I absolutely do not support book banning. I oppose that. The role of a school board member is to hire and oversee the superintendent, set district policies, and approve and oversee a sustainable budget. And that is what we do. We hire curriculum directors and media specialists who are trained professionals, some of them who have master's degrees or doctorates. And they already ensure that our materials are age appropriate and aligned with our academic standards. So, no, I do not support book banning. If there's cases where parents may have an issue with a certain book, I think that there's room for conversations with their teachers. So I really don't think book banning is necessary.
Great. And then any big questions that you think I've missed or anything else you want people to know ahead of the election?
No, I don't think so. I really appreciate everybody getting out there to vote on November 4th, especially since it's an off year. And I really appreciate that you guys gave us the opportunity to do this so that we can really get the word out in an off year.